Ready? Ladies and gentlemen, it is that time of the week. We are here for our anime update. We have not actually finished everything this week. It's been a week. But we're going to get into as much of it as we can. And we have a nice top 9 this week, because only 9 things managed to get 8 or higher, and fuck everything that gets lower than that. So we're going to start ourselves off with our number 9 slot, which is Gachiakura. I am obsessed with how they're doing this show, because this has such a weird thing. Because I thought this episode was going to be something completely different to what it was. Instead of having us seeing our fight with our long-haired lady that we had last episode, who's going to shock everyone, we had the Santa clan, which is the children, talking to an old man who, for some reason, has finger drones. And while this is happening, we have Rudy, I believe, talking to the big boss. But also, we still have Jabba. Jabba is still fighting the good fight, and it's terrifying. There is some great moments in this fight. I love the fact that we've gotten an upgraded gloves for him. I need to know what they were, because all the instruments are meant to be a thing. I need to know what his are. Like, was he some kind of, I'd say hedge trimmer, but we don't really have hedges down here. That guy definitely wasn't from the sphere. But yeah, they're Freddy Krueger-ass bullshit. But also, there is a moment in this episode that just death-baited me something shocking, where Jabba goes to stab the dude in the mouth with all of his claws, and he just bites it. It's like, your teeth are not strong enough for that. Like, these things are sharp. You're not going to hold back a full fist worth of giant metal. 100% you've been skewered. I love seeing it. I love the fact that we found out that his claws actually are carrying 3 toxins at a time if they're in their giant mode. But Jabba is such a good, crazy villain. We need more Jabbas. But we're going to move on to our number 8 slot. We're going to keep going with our shonen action bullshit for the week. We got some Togenaki. And fuck, this is a great image. Look, I'll be real with you. This show just, they can be just talking or just going with the ridiculousness of their powers, and it's still great fun. I love the fact that we have like echolocation from blood. It's such a dumb application of it, but I love the fact that it's hey, I've had to train the hell out of this ability. All of us in this recon squad have had to train our abilities. That's why our shit's better than your shit. But at the same time, that's not that bad a thing, because it very much teaches the kids, hey, our shit is only this good because we train in it. Training your shit, you can get good too. I'm sorry I'm so nasal today. But yeah, I'll be honest, I love Radar Blood, dude. Radar Blood is probably my favorite one of these like recon abilities, apart from obviously I lick my blood and turn invisible. It makes me wonder, what happens if he licks somebody else's blood? Like, can he turn them invisible too? Or if somebody else licks his blood, if it works that way, do they turn invisible? But unfortunately, this show doesn't seem like the kind of show that's going to give me the answers I want, which is why we're going to move on to our number 7 slot. Solo camping, which seems to have disappeared. That's unfortunate. But hell, we'll still talk about it. I'm good at talking shit while I'm here. I love the fact that we're doing research on like what kind of campground that we want to build. I love the fact that he's given a little bit of leeway to her and let her pick where they're going to go, and then it opened his eyes for something, because it's like, again, Gen's his name. It's like, hey, I would never camp somewhere where we've got like civilization there. I don't want to see civilization. And then they see it at night, and it's like all these nice little lights. And it reminded me of climbing the Kyoto Torii Gates. It was so nice. But it is something that is very... I never would have thought to do this because that's not my thing. But having somebody else bring us into this thing makes it good. Moving on to our number... I can't even remember at this point. 6th slot. We have Star Brighter Than the Sun. This is just some good rom-com-y bullshit. Like, this is the most rom-com-y bullshit out of all of the anime I'm watching at the moment. Because it's just... They are both talking about each other, and neither of them knows it. And I love it. I love that kind of teen romance bull. It is genuinely my favorite thing to watch. That's all there really is to it, though. It is just, hey, we're going to think that we're talking about other people. I'm going to try and avoid you. It's not going to work. And we're still going to end up in romantic situations. That's all you need to know. Number 5, we've got Beat Break. This is one of my favorite things because I love the fact that we're seeing a Digimon just wreak fucking havoc. And that it's a human helping, getting them to do it, kind of. Because we were seeing a Macmon just cutting through vehicles. And that was dope as shit. But also the fact that his inner world is basically like a giant racetrack. But in that weird... Can't remember the artist, but like you can drive on the walls and you can drive upside down and you can drive all over the way. It basically looks like a Hot Wheels track. And I love the fact that they use different parts of their Digimon to be able to pull him and the rider together and separate. And it's great fun. It's also really cool seeing them like having that family dynamic, but also don't try and force a family dynamic onto people. Nobody likes that. And it's more likely that you're not going to get the family dynamic that you want in that situation. But also, I'm surprised we've gotten to episode 4, and Gekomon hasn't even looked like he's about to evolve. He's gotten powerful, but he's never looked like he was going to evolve. I think this is the longest we've gone without getting a evolution for our main Digimon. Like, Adventure 2, and... Actually, no, we didn't get one from Teamers for a long, long time. But, yeah. Let's move on to our number 4 slot. It's Twisted Wonderland. Of course it's Twisted Wonderland. It has to be Twisted Wonderland. This is the new Disney anime. Where we are being isekai'd, not by Truck-kun, but by Carriage-kun. Because we are going to a fantasy world. Why would we get hit by a truck? But this has transported us to a magical academy. Specifically this judo competitor. And this magical academy has 7 houses based on the 7 greatest villains of Disney's history. I'm going to move my face because the coolest looking one is behind me. Because we have, and I can't pick out whose is whose, have a fun time guessing it yourself. We have Hades, that one's a little bit obvious. Jafar, the Queen of Hearts, Maleficent, Ursula, Scar, and the Evil Witch. Evil Queen, whatever you want to call her. And it is... I mean, it is a summoning ritual situation. Part of the school gets burnt down by a cat named Grimm, who's a Hellcat. Who's just the fucking greatest thing to walk on 2 legs, or 4 for that matter. Pretty sure he only walks on 2. But this is just our introduction. We're getting 8 episodes of this show. It is one of the most popular phone games in Japan. And also, if you go to Disneyland, they're fucking everywhere. Yeah. We are going through the Queen of Hearts section. Heartsable, I believe it's called. And like, I have had copies of this manga on my desk and on my bookcase for months. It's so fucking good. Yeah. One Dance. We got to see him actually do his thing well. And I love the fact that they bring everything back to his stutter. It's so well done because he gets asked, what's it like to stutter? And he relates it back to a seahorse because he wants to be a seahorse. That's also his profile picture on whatever they call their social media. And it's because he constantly feels like he's about to drown. That's why he stutters. And when he feels like he's about to drown, he thinks of the seahorse because the seahorse, who cares about water? I'm not going to drown. And that's great. But they had to do the audition for the dance group, or for this specific performance for the dance group. And he was completely underwater, just like he was about to stutter, which shows us that he stutters because the attention gets put on him when he speaks. He doesn't like it. Oh, it might not even be like that he doesn't like it. He gets anxious because of it. Makes him feel like he's underwater. Same thing happens when he starts dancing. And then he sees Wanda, who is right under my face. Sees her dancing right next to him because they're audition partners, and just absolutely starts mimicking everything she's doing. And it's so fucking good. I'm getting less and less into the dancing though, because they change animation style when they do. It goes to like some weird mocap CG animation. And I'm not huge on it. Like, I like the dancing, I like the music that's playing for it. But the actual like animation style for it, just not. Actually, it's not just the animation style. It's the animation and the art style. Both of them, not things I'm a fan of. But we're going to move on to things I am a fan of. Let's play. We got some shit about Marshall and our Lion Man at the back because it seems that everyone in the show is fucking connected. Because Marshall is actually an ex-fencer. We found that out because Blondie in the back is a fencing instructor, and the only person that he ever saw on par with him was this young kid that ran away eventually, Marshall, whose name isn't actually Marshall. And the lion up here, is very protective of our MC, has a massive thing for her, and stops somebody else from beating the shit out of him. But very much in a, hey, you fuck up and I'm only stopping them for now. I'm going to finish the job. And it's so fucking good. It is great. This show is great because it is not aggressive romance. Like, there are people that are aggressively into our main character, and our main character does get aggressive once, but it was a fictional thing. Like, she made it up in her head, but it is a lot more hey, there is like an undercurrent here. There is a little bit of I respect this person, this guy likes me, he has a girlfriend, my dad thinks I'm banging my boss, and Bowser the dog is just going to be here adorably. This is fucking excellent. But we're going to move on to our number one slot. It's my hero. You're going to be hearing me saying this a lot, I believe, because this fucking episode, we got to see the Merca fucking baby, which is a weird thing to say, but Bakugo fried a baby because every time we're hitting the bad guy, he's de-aging, and it's not even that he murked him; he literally unalived him. He made him regress to an infant, then pushed him further, and he regressed into non-existence. And he worked so hard for it. I love the fact that his last thoughts as he's collapsing were, I wanted to stand tall like All Might. I wanted to stand up and smile. And it's so fucking good. I actually quite enjoyed watching his backstory, like All For One's. And just watching the fact that he himself has gone through and ganked every one of the carriers of One For All, and it is just so fucking good. The animation is excellent. The fighting is great. every punch feels like it has really high stakes to it, which it does. From what I've heard, this entire season is just going to be one giant fight scene with flashbacks to the past put in there. I could not be more hyped. But that's going to do it for this week. I hope you've all enjoyed this. Hopefully I won't be as nasal or stuffy next week. And yeah, let me know down below what you are enjoying the most this season. But I've been Faye, you've been awesome, and I'll see you